A lot of exciting stuff coming here for season 3. Want you to be a part of it, so please do join us. Adrian and Erica, appreciate your dedication to the pod. To be honest, there were some times I was wondering if we'd make it past a dozen episodes, and here we are. Number 100 will kick off season 3. Yeah. Welcome to Seeing This, the movie podcast where we bring you the latest movie reviews, celebrate our favorite movie anniversaries, compete in competitive movie drafts, and much, much more. I'm the movie mamba, Mike Ornelas, and fucking white people, am I right? Joining me on the podcast is the feisty Pisces, Erica McMullen.
I love you, wee man.
And also on the podcast is the Gerber baby-faced assassin, Adrian Cedeno.
It turns me on creatively.
That's all in relation to Jackass, Best and Last. That is today's main movie review. We'll get into it here shortly. Quickly, we're mixing some things up. We were going to have Jackass be our season 3, episode 1, but it came out a week earlier than I anticipated because maybe I read the dates wrong. Trying to do a lot of things in anticipation for season 3. So instead, this is our last episode of season 2. Guys, what are our thoughts? Season 1, season 2, lessons learned, favorite memory, anything you want to shout out about the pod so far? Erica, what do you think?
We're definitely going to have to change up the draft.
Yeah, that's fair. We got to figure out.
We got to figure out anonymity.
Yeah, a no hijinks route. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay. Adrian?
Haters. Lots of growth. Man, I could read so much faster now.
Sure.
So yeah, definitely growth.
For those that are new, you mean because international films is a new
Subtitles.
The subtitles are helping your reading skills come a long way. Yeah. No, hey, I agree, man. You've come a long way as far as even I think the type of movies. Not only you maybe even seek out now, but you find some pleasure in, as well as more horror. What do you know?
You let us
bully. Definitely more open.
You let us bully you into a lot of films.
Yeah. I think for the most part, you enjoyed most of the horror that we've covered. Yeah, great job.
I'm talking about the musicals, Michael.
Oh, yes. Those are tough. Adrian's so bad. But nonetheless, folks, if you haven't seen our episodes from season 1, season 2, really interesting to see how we as a podcast and maybe even individuals have grown. Erica's hair has gotten shorter from when we started, and it's making a comeback. So a lot of change, a lot of growth, a lot of fun the whole way. But season 3 is going to kick off this Friday with a bonus episode, which will be an interview that I had with the filmmakers of Guitar Hero. I talked about this last week as far as what I've seen, but filmmakers Teddy Stern and Sneha Mehta will join me for a conversation as we discuss their film about an Indian musician dressed as a cowboy on his journey to find his guitar. Honestly, I know it's a short, but this was probably one of my top 5 favorite movies of this year. So definitely check out that conversation, and we'll give you some info on where to find it. Last Friday, if you didn't see that episode, I spoke with filmmaker Dan Egan, who has the documentary Transforming the Beautiful Game, the Clyde Best story, highlighting the first Black soccer player to play in the top league of the UK, broke racial barriers, and made the game what it is today. Awesome conversation with an awesome person. Definitely check that out if you haven't. And then our first official episode for season 3. We are going to have our first ever inaugural Seeing This selection, where we will be choosing a film that we covered between seasons 1 and 2 and give it our unique seal of approval. And I think at this point, we can tell folks what our seal represents. I don't know if you guys necessarily have that information off the top of the dome, Erica and Adrian, but it is on the dock because I figured that might not be the case. But Adrian, I think you have maybe one of the more on-brand, fun seals as far as your type of movies you'll select.
Brain buffering for sure.
And what does that mean? What kind of movies are those?
you don't have to wait for your brain to buffer and like catch up. Like there's nothing to catch up to. It's just fun, funny, just an enjoyable time where you don't doesn't require a lot of thinking. Just
Sure.
fun.
I would say Jackass falls into that category. Maybe
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
that could qualify for season 2. So we'll see what you pick in Monday's episode. Erica, what is your seal and what does it represent?
Yes, mine is exceptionally eclectic. So eclectic just kind of means picking from various kind of subjects, categories, all that kind of stuff. But that's kind of where I brought in the word exceptional. So like for me, like it's a perfect blend of everything combined into one movie.
I love that. I love that. Well, I think when we first discussed it, I interpreted it as like, oh, I'm going to have an eclectic taste of movies.
I
So it's just very
I knew
broad.
you
Like,
did.
you're just going to pick like anything. I'm like, okay, sure.
No, I'd like for it to
Uh,
have a little bit of everything that I like in a film that
mhm.
makes it whole and put it
I
into
love that.
a movie.
Love that. I have cinematic craftsmanship. So this is going to be a film that is well produced.
Shocker.
Hey, I got good taste, I will tell you. Everything from the script, production design, clothing, prop work, cinematography. So kind of a craft that is done masterfully by the filmmaker. More often than not, it's probably going to be really reflective of the filmmaker themselves. But yeah, so keep an eye out for that coming up next week and catch up with all of our episodes. You can go to seeingthispod.com, check out our website. We have all of our episodes there, interviews. Last chance to get season 1 and 2 merch. Use the coupon code Seen This Sale, all caps, to get 15% off of the classic era merch from Seen This. It's going to be discontinued as we are revamping for season 3. New logo, new music, new categories. A lot of fun stuff coming to season 3. So like, come, subscribe, be a part of the tribe. A lot of growth continuing to happen here. Speaking of happening here,
Growth.
let's talk and growth. What have you guys seen this week? Erica, let's kick it off with you. What have you seen this week?
There's a new rom-com out with Zoe Dutch called Voicemails for Isabel. I don't want to give anything away, but rom-coms are back. I
Oh, wow.
really think that Zoe Dutch doesn't get enough credit for the rom-com she does because I don't think she's missed thus far. So
You enjoyed this one then, it sounds like.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's definitely like some uh, right in the heart like
Mm,
moments, but really good.
okay. Awesome. Adrian, what have you seen this week?
So I revisited Saving Private Ryan, and man, it was so good. It's still so good. Uh, I watched a lot of FIFA. It's probably the most soccer I've ever watched. Um,
Again, growth. I'm so proud of you.
it's man, the flopping and the like they flop and then they get up and make fun of somebody else for flopping or like tell them to fuck off. Like I'm so frustrated and upset with that. Like even
Adrian,
my own team, I'm watching. I'm like, dude, that didn't hurt. Get up. You have the shin guard on. Like, get
Sure.
up.
Sure.
Adrian, can you believe when I tell you that this is the least amount of flopping I've ever seen in a World Cup?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
And
that's
that's how
awesome.
I
crazy that is.
I
I
like that I
think I
haven't
think
seen the magic spray. Like that was a big thing a couple of World Cups ago. They would come out and spray them real quick. Then all of a sudden they'd spring up and be like, "Yay, we're good."
that's a good call. What
Uh,
happened to the spray? I haven't seen the spray.
yeah.
You're
All of
right.
a sudden there's no magic spray.
No comment.
Well, Erica's in the field. She can't reveal industry
But
secrets here.
we'll give a shout out to Ecuador. You know, making a big run, getting those last goals against Germany, and then now we got Mexico coming up.
Yeah. Today, as of this recording, on Sunday, Canada did the first elimination against South Africa. They eliminated South Africa in the round of eliminations here, knockout round. Yeah, it's been very thrilling, very exciting World Cup. I think it's a great idea that they expanded how many teams participate because you have these countries like the Congo and
Let me tell you the
Cape
stat.
Cape
Let me tell you
Verde
the
and
stat.
yeah.
What
Eight
does DR stand for?
8 out of the 9 teams that came from Africa made it out of group play. So, I don't wanna hear none of it anymore.
What
To
does the
answer your
DR before Congo stand for? I was
Democratic
thinking doctor in
Republic,
all our texts. I was
the
like, who
Dr.
says Dr.
Congo.
Congo?
Yeah, no. Brain buffering. Democratic Republic of the Congo. There you go. There you go, folks. The more you learn. Uh, so you were watching the World Cup and Saving Private Ryan. We talked about Disclosure Day, and I think I too was like, oh, you know what? Let me go back to some older Steven Spielberg again,
Steven
like
Spielberg.
see what his magic was, right? So I went and rewatched E.T., which let me tell you, dude, Spielberg and John Williams are like in their bag with this movie. I know I mean, they've collaborated, I think at this point, like over 30 movies or something
Mhm.
crazy like this. But watching E.T. this last time, like, I was like crying. Like, I know what's going to happen, but like when Elliot's riding the bike, spoiler alert for E.T. When Elliot's riding the bike and like he starts flying with E.T. and the John Williams E.T. score hits, it's like so goddamn magical. And it's why I love the movies and Spielberg and John Williams. So E.T. definitely still holds up. If we ever do an anniversary episode of that, um, I'll definitely, spoiler alert, it still slaps. Practical effects. Shout out to practical effects. Like, it looks so much better than any CGI slop that comes out now. Back in the 80s.
I
Like,
know,
I'll
I
take
think
it.
that's why I appreciate Guillermo del Toro so much is because he, like, continues to use, like, really, really realistic props and all of the costume like, his costume department is amazing every time.
Builds practical sets for the most part, like when he
Prosthetics, the
can.
practical
Sure.
sets, yeah, he
Yeah.
kills it.
And also up here in Portland at the Tomorrow Theater, shout out Tomorrow Theater. When the Criterion Mobile Closet was here, it was partnered through them. Check out my On the Scene series where we get answers from cinephiles about their movie taste. But yeah, that was in parallel. They're working together on that. But they had a viewing of Parasite, and it was like a smell-o-vision, which I was really concerned what like class warfare smells like because they're like in the in between level of the basement and like there's sewage and there's like
Yeah. The
different
flooded
kind.
scene where the sewage is everywhere. Like,
So that's actually where the smell first starts, but really what it was, and I'm not discrediting it, it was still a great experience, but it was essentially like a perfume sample stick that had a scent of like perfume, so it didn't really correlate to the scene.
Huh.
I think maybe they're trying to push someone's perfume. I don't know. I don't know. But Parasite as a whole is
One
fucking
dude
incredible.
has a cologne or something he came out with.
It's
It's
a
called
new cologne.
Parasite.
And I've talked about this before, but it's a graphic novel and storyboards, and it's
Mhm.
essentially like the storyboards of the movie. And the previous time I watched Parasite, I followed along with this book. And it's just so crazy how 95% of what he has in the storyboard is in this movie. And then watching it on the big screen, like he's so specific about his decisions and
Mm.
just a master at the craft. So the Parasite, fucking incredible, 5-star movie. I think my favorite movie of the 2010s. That's my hot take. Or best movie, I should say. Uh and then lastly, we
Interesting.
didn't cover it we didn't cover it because we decided to pivot and go to the death of Robin Hood. But I did have an opportunity to see Toy Story 5, and
Okay.
I'm here to report back. This had straight to DVD energy. You know what I mean? Woody and Buzz aren't carrying the movie; they're not the leads, which is fine. But I think for Toy Story, that's like if it's not them, it's gonna feel like something very separate. And I don't know if they still have if they still speak the same language as kids. Like I went to a theater, relatively full, families there, and the moments that were supposed to be comedic or there's supposed to be like a punchline, it was pretty quiet. Like kids weren't giggling. Like there's one character that gets introduced. It's not much of a spoiler, but he's like a first gen digital toy for like potty training. When he popped up, I laughed a couple times. He was probably the highlight of the movie for me with potty pun humor. But overall, I don't know. I think the theme this year is like franchise movies have been dying a slow death, and it's like about to flatline, from everything we've seen. So unfortunate.
I hear they're like passing the torch and they're like setting it up for like another Toy Story 6.
Well, they kind of
With
did that with 4 when we move on from Andy, right? So
it sounds like
the,
they're trying to do like a Rocky then Creed kind of a thing, like their kids, like just keep passing it down to the next
I
generation.
don't know. It didn't do it for me. Again, it's not for me, but even then, there's some good like family or kid friendly movies that are executed much better. So, Toy Story, thank you for the memories, but I don't. What is it? What does
Should
Andy
have
say?
stopped after the third. Where's
I don't want to
Josh?
play with you. I don't want to play with you anymore. But yeah, so that's what we've seen this week. Let's get into Jackass Best and Last.
Have you seen this?
Have you seen this?
Have you seen this?
I know, I've seen this. I know this.
It's really weird how we're going to review this movie just because it's not even really a movie. I mean, it is. Jackass has
Yeah,
been.
it's like not a movie, but it is a movie. You're invested,
So
but you've
Jackass, the
seen some of
TV.
it. Like,
Jackass started as a TV show back in 2000. And I think at this point, everyone knows what Jackass is. And if you're watching this, it's very highly likely that you've heard of Jackass, you've seen Jackass, whatever the case is.
yeah.
Erica, why don't you start us off? What are your thoughts around Jackass Best and Last? What's your relationship with Jackass? Were you a fan of it? And what did you think of the film?
Yeah, this was one of those shows that I definitely started watching way too young.
Sure.
But I have older family members. I'm the youngest cousin on both sides of my family, so I was watching a lot of things that I wasn't supposed to be.
Sure.
Um, I've always loved it. There's obviously like some of the scenes that like aren't my like I had to kind of look away because I remember like, oh, this one makes me sick. Like I can't watch this one.
It's too gross. It's too
Um,
gross.
yeah, like some like when they were a little bit too gross, but especially for like the era of us growing up, like these type of shows were very common. Like you had this Wild Boys came out a little bit later after that. I mean, even like just watching like Jerry Springer and Maury and stuff like that, like same kind of energy where it was like
Chaos.
really high energy and there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of chaos. But I mean, I've always enjoyed it. Like it's always been fun.
So before you give me your thoughts on this new rendition,
Yeah.
Adrian, why don't you read us the letterbox description of Jackass Best and Last?
Sure. One last ride, the fifth and final installment to Jackass franchise, where the crew go on one last insane crusade.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
It
Sure.
doesn't spoil anything.
It doesn't spoil anything, but I mean, I don't even know if this was necessarily a crusade. It wasn't a journey anywhere per se, but nonetheless. Okay, Erica, what did you think of the movie?
I liked it. Um, Purely for the nostalgia factor, you know what I mean? Like seeing some of like the funny stuff that I grew up with, seeing everybody like healthy and all together made me really emotional just
Hmm.
because we grew up with like seeing the struggles that a lot of these guys went through. So it was really nice to see them like happy, healthy, and like all friends together.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Well, for
liked
the
it. I
most,
had a fun time. Like I said,
for
there's
the
always
mo,
some parts where I'm like, "Ah, I forgot about this." But I
yeah.
liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it does feature, as you mentioned, some of the older bits. Like it's kind of like a best of.
Yeah.
That's what it means when it says best and last. It's not like this is the best Jackass. Maybe it wants it to be, but it's more of like the best of Jackass and the last
Yeah.
of Jackass, right? And rest in peace, Ryan Dunn. He had passed away, who we see featured here. He was probably one of my favorites. And then Bam Margera, him and the guys have had a falling out for some time now. We see him in the film, but he's not in like the live as of to date bits or recordings. Adrian, what's your relationship with Jackass, and what do you think of the movie?
I remember when it started on MTV, just as like little clip show, and I thought it was hilarious. I remember my mom, like we would watch it, and my mom would be like, we'd be having dinner, and my mom would be like, "What are we watching?" Like so upset. Uh, shout out to my mom. She always was okay with us watching it, like me watching it, and I was like one of the only ones where she was just like sitting there, just like looking at me, like these guys are dumb, right? Like puro
Yeah, as
pendejos,
long as
right?
you're
And I
not
was like,
doing
yeah.
it.
Right. And like she was okay with like the male nudity, just not female nudity.
Oh,
That's
that's
Mm.
a whole different
interesting.
thing. If I'm
Yeah.
watching, guys being dumb and naked, then if I'm watching girls being naked.
Mm,
So it was always okay. It was just always a thing where like, if it got too gross, my mom was like, all right, change it. Like I don't want to see that, change it. So
Like
I
the
grew up
butt
with
chug.
yeah, yeah.
oh,
I grew up watching like Jackass, like I thought it was the funniest. That is brain buffering at its max, like just dumb, funny, things you would never do, but you just laugh at somebody else doing it.
mhm, mhm. And this movie, what'd you think?
I enjoyed it. I kind of expected it to be this by the title, Best and Last. I thought of it like a clip show, like almost like 10 years deep, Simpsons type of, clips just ongoing. Like these are the best of the last 10 years. Uh,
Mhm.
and so it was fun, but I messed up in revisiting like the first two Jackasses
Mm,
and Jackass 2.5. So some of it like was lost because I had already seen them again.
you're
And then
right.
those are some of the clips that they're revisiting and talking about, you know. So
Yeah.
in that sense, I wish I would have just jumped into this one because there's no
Mhm.
need to see the first five.
I legit have that thought from people like you that are like, the latest renditions coming out, I want to revisit. And like for this one, it actually is more harmful because you do see some of these clips or these bits from the original
Yeah.
Jackasses, right? So as far as the entry point, ironically enough, the last one can introduce you pretty much to what it is. As far as my thoughts go, I do have a guest I want to bring in first to share just kind of the vibe and energy of this movie. Adrian, you mentioned The Simpsons. It is none other than Homer Simpson. It's the whole family, but it's there you go. There's your Homer tattoo reveal. Um, but yeah, it just really captures like what I'm doing, what the guys are doing in Jackass, and it's just a good time. And it also comes from the clip show episode, the April Fool's episode of The Simpsons, and those of you that are fans know what episode I'm talking about.
You lost 5% of your brain.
Me lose brain? Uh-oh. Why I laugh?
So I had that same question where I'm watching some of these bits and watching the movie, and I'm laughing. I know some of these bits I've seen, like and this isn't a spoiler. I mean, spoiler alert if you haven't seen any of the Jackasses, but one of the ones they go back to is the bungee. I forgot what it's called, but like the bungee jump in the porta potty. And
Mhm.
like I've seen it, I know the bit, I know it's gonna happen, but it's still like this is fucking gross.
Yeah, that's one
So
of the ones I had to look away for.
so it's still effective in that way. But it's Jackass, right? So it's like you're gonna have the gross stuff, you're gonna have the painful stuff, you're gonna have the uncomfortable stuff, and it didn't feel nostalgic like you were saying, Erica, because you see how young some of these guys looked.
Oh, I know. They
So
were babies.
I mean, this is 26 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's crazy. I felt like this one though felt a bit more like the production felt more polished and clean and
Yeah.
edited in a way where it didn't feel as unscripted. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of the charm of the Jackass is how just like off the cusp, like just
I
wild it
think
was,
that
right?
kind of proved though, like how much work goes behind the scenes too, in order to like
Sure.
make that stuff happen. Even though it wasn't like as clean as it was, obviously they did not have any of this technology back
Yeah.
then. But like, seeing all of the stuff and all of the time and care that they take to like do those things. Actually, just because Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O, they come up on my timeline, like just interviews and stuff. They come up all the time. But a recent one where they had asked about Steve-O's like sobriety and like how it affected all of the stunts and stuff, and they were never allowed to be under the influence when they were
Right.
doing the stunts. So just like hearing that too, like so much was thought out, even though it wasn't like even though they were still doing stupid ass things, like it was still kind of thought out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was thought out while under the influence, and then okay, we're
Probably.
gonna sober up and do it. All that stuff we thought about while we were drunk.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I would say, I think if I'm being honest, it's like 70% old footage or old bits, and then 30% new bits. And I think the new bits really reflect their age. It's not as
Their growth.
extreme. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of growth, that's the theme of the episode here, growth.
Even like the production value, like you said, like it wasn't any different than what they've done before, except they've fine-tuned their technique. You know what I mean? Like Jeff Tremaine has been doing this and only this for so long that it's just progressed. And I think they take like a pride in like their opening and their closing scenes,
Right.
like
Right.
in that and seeing like the progression from okay, each Jackass, because it's not, I know this is only 5, but there's been like 2.5, there's like a 4.5,
The
there's
shows, the
Forever, there's
Wild
a bunch of
Boys.
like
Yeah.
other movies that came in between that like were like
Mhm.
behind the scenes looks at all the stuff that goes on it, like the supervision, the medical staff that's there, all the stuff.
Sure.
Like, so there's more to it, and you appreciate it more just seeing it in this sense, like the fifth one,
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I will say, you see the old cast members, you see a few newer cast members, and there are some people that just don't get to do anything. Like they're just in it, I think there's a woman named Rachel in this, and like we see her, she gets introduced, but like she doesn't do a single bit.
So
She
are we in
does,
spoilers?
but
'Cause
it wasn't put in the film.
Well, I know
It,
she's done bits in the past and she's there, but for this movie specifically,
oh,
like did it not
is
feel
what
like
I
they were
mean.
almost trying to introduce people to pass the torch to? Like, hey, we want to keep this thing going, but maybe call
Yeah.
it something different with these other people.
Yeah, I don't know. But nonetheless, it was enjoyable. But let's do our Commodus Scale before we get into spoilers here. Erica, up, even, or down? What do you give Jackass best and last?
I'm gonna go thumbs up. Nostalgia factor is there. The fun factor is there. Um, yeah, if you like Jackass, you're gonna like this movie. If you don't like Jackass, don't go see this movie. Like, I like Jackass. I grew up with it. I've loved seeing the work that all of the guys have done with all of the money that they've earned from this. So, thumbs up for sure.
Awesome. Adrian, where are you going?
Thumbs up. Makes me laugh every time. Even their new stuff not being as intense or as insane, like it is still dumb and makes me laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but being tackled by a professional football player,
Sure.
that's still
I
rough.
mean,
Sounds fun though.
Adrian's like, sign me up. I'm gonna go even. Sorry to not be a unanimous 3 thumbs up, but I'm even
Way to
because
ruin it.
I
Because you were
am
expecting it to
no,
be the best one out of all of them.
no. Let me tell you why, Adrian. Let me tell you. it's of all the Jackass films, I think it's actually at the bottom because of what it's trying to do. It's trying to be the clip show. It's trying to capture the best of, which is great. But I feel like the way it was made and their priority was really for them to celebrate what they've done, to have a reflection on the times they've had together, the bits they've had together. Like it felt like they were making a movie for themselves. And after everything they've been
And you
through,
didn't like that about the film, or
it
Like it's
just
the
wasn't.
fifth of a franchise. They're usually money grabs. Like they're
Yeah, no,
usually
no.
not there to
correct?
be,
No,
the
But
best.
I remember seeing. I don't know. Maybe it's because I saw interviews. I didn't necessarily see the trailer, but I saw interviews that people were having beforehand. And so I knew it was gonna be that. I knew it was
mhm.
gonna be more of them reflecting and talking about it and
Yeah.
that kind of scenario. So is
Th-
that
and that
why? Like you just didn't like that format, or
No, that's fine. And as I was saying, everything they've been through and everything, like they deserve to do that. I don't mind that. But that coupled with the majority of the bits being things we've seen, and then the new bits we've seen not being like at the same level. Like there's some interesting ideas, but there's nothing to that level. And again, they're older. I get it.
yeah, so that's why I'm just like so curious of you like giving it a sideways thumb when it's like exactly what it said like did what it said it was gonna do.
Well, that's how it's like my opinion, man. It's
Yeah.
it's it's
Boo.
yeah. I mean, listen, I had a good time. I'm glad I saw it. It's funny, but it's not like top movie of the year for me. It's not
It
bad, but
was
there are.
never gonna be the top movie of the
It's
year
not
for
gonna
it.
win an award.
But will it win a MOMAC at the end of the year? Let's see. No, but I think, and then again, I can't help it. My brains, I have certain lenses on that I look at things from a production value. And there's certain edits that make it appear for certain, like the newer bits that like, not that it's scripted, but like it definitely was different takes. Like like the room is all red at one point, and then when someone's running, it's not. And then you come back and it's like, just certain things I picked up on and make it not feel as like spontaneous, just off the cuff, right?
I'm sorry, I was looking at my face, and then I looked at Adrian's face, and we had the same face just staring at you like, "Okay."
Listen. You guys always think my even is down. Like I give it even, you're like, you didn't like this movie? What the fuck's wrong with you? It's like
No,
even,
no,
like it's
no. But here's my problem is like you cannot rank this against the other Jackass films
Right.
because that's
that's fair.
not what its intention was gonna be.
I agree.
So I'm
Yep.
not even I don't even compare it to the other Jackass movies because I know what I was getting into going into it.
Mhm. Yep.
So like
And
you
and for
saying like,
me,
"Oh, it doesn't have the same factor feel." It's not meant to.
It's
that's
your
fair. And
expectation.
Yeah.
it's
So
you
that's why I
guys
was
are
just
putting
asking,
all
you
kinds of
didn't
words in
like
my mouth.
that about it. And
It was fine, but it wasn't as effective for me to be like, thumbs up. You have Mike Ornellis' full endorsement on it. It's fine. It's a good movie. It's funny. I had a good time. I'm glad I saw it. Am I going to revisit this one the way I would revisit other films within the franchise? Or like, if anything, it made me want to go rewatch Wild Boys. Like, I hope it's on Paramount Plus or something, because like Steve-O and Pontius on Wild Boys is probably my favorite thing of the franchise.
Pontius was probably one of my faves too.
Yeah.
Man, I kept staring at his teeth like they're all new. I was like,
I was I was wondering where you're going with what you're staring at with the Jackass movies. Let's get into spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
What did you guys think of the new bits? Is there one that stuck out to you that you thought was, the funniest or really had you going?
I already mentioned mine before the spoilers. That was my bad. But the being tackled by a professional football player, I don't think people realize like how heavy that is, like how
Mhm.
intense that is. Like I guarantee they had like an ambulance on standby.
Sure.
That one was really crazy. I have a list here because I wanted to make sure that I
Good. Yeah.
remembered all of them.
I like
Um,
the puppet one. That was a funny
The
one.
marionette.
the
That was funny.
yeah. Anything Wee Man does is like I just cry laughing because he's
Yeah.
always been my favorite.
I mean, since we're in spoilers, just to double click on the marionette part, the two of the guys are like up hanging as marionettes being moved and like doing some kind of
And
Broadway
there's a
like play.
narrator doing
There's
the
a
play.
narrator, which is great. And honestly, I wrote in my little notebook, I was like, Jackass, the musical, or Jackass, like the Broadway play, could fucking work. Like it's live kind of
You
stunts
know
like this. That
what?
could be a thing.
I hope that this ends up circulating and Johnny Knoxville sees that because that would be absolutely hilarious.
It's kind of like wrestling. It's like live wrestling, but like comedy,
Yeah.
But yeah, what other bits did you appreciate?
One of the old bits that I liked seeing, and it always cracks me up, is obviously the X-ray, the Ryan Dunn
With the
mini
car
comic
toy
X-ray.
with the
Yeah.
Latin doctor.
No,
Es un carrito.
the best
Es
old
un
one
carrito.
is the best one is Bam getting hit by the palm with
High
all the
five!
flour.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, high five, man.
Oh, just takes him out. I think that was a guest. That was one of my guests for one of our movies. I remember.
Nice.
But that's a great example of like when you watch that bit in the actual Jackass it's in. I don't know if it's 3 or Forever. I think it's 3. It must be 3 because Bam wasn't in Forever. But when you watch that bit, you see the build up to that moment because they do it on some of the other
Yeah.
guys, and like it's funny. But
The
for
soup.
Bam's, it was just
When they
the
ask him
soup.
to carry the soup.
It's like I knew something
And
was
he
up when
just
he wanted me to
goes
bring
with
soup.
it. He just
Yeah.
goes like, "Oh, okay, I gotta carry the soup."
Yeah,
Oh.
so that's definitely a great one.
I thought the escape room. I love an escape room, so seeing that
Oh,
was
it's so messed up.
The escape
Yeah,
room was
Zach on the
great.
other side with your in the first stage, stick your hand through.
Oh yeah, that was good. I feel,
Yeah.
but that's a great example of like it was good, and I wish they would have like really expanded on that. Like by the time they get to the electric chair, right, and they've got to like do the right chords to the right whatever, because it was so like explosive, like quite literally, that's like added for the effect of it looking like he's getting electrocuted, right? Like it's all flair, if you will. Which again, I'll be
Show.
the old man shaking my fist, but it's like just I don't know. It just took me out of it. But and then he goes running. It's like fuck this, I'm out of here. And that's what I'm talking about. Where like it's all red in there, and then he takes off running, and it's like light inside the room they're still at, and then you see him outside, just running, come back in, and it's red, and then they hit a switch to like turn the regular lights on. So that's why I say like it looks like some of it wasn't like just real. Like it
Like it was
again,
planned. Like you're
it
gonna
was
get up and
planned.
run out of here.
Correct. Like, and if it wasn't, it made me think that it was. It made me feel like something wasn't as.
I mean, but Aaron, I
uncut.
think does that. Like he does do a lot of things where like you feel like he knows what's coming and he's over the top. You know, like
That's fair.
he's
That's
acting
fair.
at the same
How'd you
time.
guys
fair.
feel about the shot collar?
On the
Oh,
penis.
his
Would you
poopies?
ever do it?
Fuck
No
no. What do
way.
you mean? What for? What? What's the reason? What's the reward?
It's some kind of sick pleasure, I think.
Jackass street
All
cred.
these guys.
No, oh my gosh. The fact that they bought bought stars in the galaxy, like, cause you can like,
Oh yeah.
and it's just a penis.
It's a constellation of a penis.
Just a constellation of a dick.
Yeah. I thought the follow the leader bit was pretty funny, where like Johnny's when he flexes, it would shock. I think it's Poopies, and then also Steve-O when he starts to give it a tattoo.
Yes.
And Steve-O, I think is someone that also like reacts really big from like the pain like the pain reaction, or like if he's gonna be sick. Like just hearing him starting to like, it's like, like you feel it, like he's trying, but it's also very effective in that way. And then I think one of the grosser ones is towards the end where they have that again. I have the names written down, but I can't read my own goddamn writing because it's in the dark. But when they take the laxative and they have the clear pants
Oh
on,
yeah.
and they're playing Twister, it's like so fucking gross.
Dude, it's filled up to like his knee almost. Like
Well, it
it's so
starts
bad.
leaking. It starts leaking
Well,
out. You see at the end, right?
yeah, that's what I'm
Hell,
saying. Like it filled up, like it's filling up past his ankles. That
See, this is this. Let me use this one as an example where like old Jackass would have like not told the guys, but like cut little holes in the pants so that when they're doing the twister, it would come out of the
it's
pants.
squirting out on him. Yeah,
Like I thought, I thought like at some point Johnny or someone would be like, "Oh, so this is what we did," and like there's a hole,
yeah. Like this was the skit, but he doesn't know that we've taken it the
because
next
they do
step.
that.
You know,
They do that a lot, right? It's like the bit within a bit, So
they're older and
I
wiser,
wa-
man.
no, but I wonder if they were doing that because it's not all the main crew. Cause like you gotta
old Jackass
remember,
wouldn't care,
but that's what I think I'm like trying to say though is like you have any of the original boys and something like that would have definitely
Mm,
happened. So
maybe,
maybe
maybe.
it's just moving forward they're
They have an HR
trying to
department
be
now.
better. I don't know. It's still messed up regardless if there's holes in the pants or not.
And another bit I thought they would have gone like next level was I'm forgetting his name. It's not Preston Lacey, but who's the other big guy? The one that got the tattoo from
Zach.
Zach. So when they have Zach on the crane and they're doing kind of like a trivia, I thought the bit was gonna be like, hey, like we gave Zach laxatives beforehand, and at any given moment he could just he
Dump all
could
over their face.
like I thought that's what the bit was going to be, but instead, like it was. I mean, it's still gross, but we've been with these guys so long that it's like it feels tamer. You know what I mean?
Meant to be a little tamer.
Yeah. Which
You gotta cut him some slack, Michael. They can't. I mean, even Johnny's come out and he's been emotional
yeah.
about the stunts that he's not able to do anymore, just medically speaking. So
Like the
No, for
bull.
sure.
yeah, he
Like
can't.
anything
Yeah.
with the bull, but getting flipped like that concussion's nasty, yeah.
Oh no,
So
what's that?
like you gotta cut him a little bit of slack. It's not gonna be high level Jackass anymore.
Yeah. No, that's
Their
totally,
bodies
totally,
just can't
totally.
handle it.
Yeah.
I get it. I
Nor do
get
they
it.
want to. They have the
I
desire
get it.
for it.
Well, actually, a spoiler is how they open the movie, where they talk about like what they shot, but MTV wouldn't even air because it was too dangerous. Where Johnny Knoxville wears bulletproof vest, gets a bunch of Hustler magazines and puts it inside the vest and fucking like shoots himself.
Shoots himself.
And that anticipation with each round, like just clicking until it gets to it, it's like, oh, like obviously know he's gonna live, but it's still like, what the fuck is wrong with these guys? Like, why
Yeah,
are
but
you
when
doing
he's doing it, like there's a chance that
it? Of
it's not
course,
that
gonna
it's not
work.
gonna go as planned, you know?
100%, 100%. So that was pretty wild. And then obviously the other one that we was like old footage, but we hadn't seen is when Johnny's inside of a box with like pillows inside of the
Down the
box.
stairs.
They just push him down. And I
And he
get
said
it.
he
Like
had a hemorrhage disc, like
kids,
he hemorrhaged a disc in his back or something from that.
Yeah.
kids will do that shit. And it's like, no, we can't air that. Like
Yeah.
it's too much.
No, that would've
Um,
yeah, that would've 100% been in family homes for sure.
Indeed. Yeah. But yeah, overall, it's an enjoyable movie. But if anything, it makes me want to go like kind of like you were talking about, Adrian. Even though you already rewatched the older Jackasses, but I think of like Steve-O doing a line of wasabi, and it's like holy, or like all these
Yeah.
different bits they've done over the years that just more are funnier. I
Mm.
also feel like with Homer being my special guest, and it's like, why am I laughing? It's like idiocracy when they're like watching TV and it's just people getting hit in the nuts, right? Like that's inspired from Jackass because that's pretty much what this is, but
Mhm.
Mhm.
it's fucking funny. It's fucking funny.
It is funny.
Let's go to our double features for Jackass Best and Last. Erica, what would you recommend people watch with this movie?
Well, what a great segue because in the same breath of physical comedy, I've picked Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery. Obviously, way more lighthearted, but still kind of has those funny innuendos. Um, really good. Just overall, like I said, physical comedy where they're like using body parts or throwing throwing mini me and doing like just all those like fun things that come with movies like
Mhm.
that. So for a little bit more lighthearted, easier to stomach movie, we'll go with Austin Powers.
And apparently, it sounds like Mike Myers said recently in an interview, coming
He's down
back,
for another one.
coming
The
back.
commercial,
Let's
the
see.
Verizon commercial right now with him and I think Rob
Let's-
Lowe's playing number 2. It's funny. Yeah. If it does end up coming back, yeah.
Let's see.
They can't
Yeah,
give a shit is what I think. They can't
right.
really he's
Take
gotta go
themselves
you
too
gotta go
seriously.
all out with that because the scene that just popped up with is Scotty and Dr. Evil on Jerry Springer with like
Right.
the guy who has like a clan member for a dad and then
He's
the
like, oh,
other
it's
like
fucked up.
I was crying. I was laughing so hard. But if they're gonna do it, they gotta go all out.
That's a classic. Adrian, what would you pair?
So we've been doing a lot of physical media chat. So I busted out a little physical media right here. I
There we
got
Nice.
go.
the Three Stooges funniest moments. It's like one of a 3-pack. But yeah, I would check that out. That's like a super physical comedy. One of the classics.
Yeah.
I mean, Three Stooges, you can't go wrong. It's still in black and white, most of it. I think this one's black and white, yeah.
You
So I
said
would recommend that.
funniest moments. Are they full episodes or is it kind of like a clip show? Like it
It's a
just
clip show.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
clip show, but nobody's talking about it. They're just like clip after clip after clip,
Sure.
just
Yeah.
going.
Sure. I mean, I grew up watching the Three Stooges, and if there's no Three Stooges, it's very likely there's no Johnny Knoxville and all these guys. Like they're very much physical, silly, fucking comedy. Great pick. So I'm going with Dirty Work, a Norm Macdonald film where they start a business to get revenge on people and do all kinds of gross hijinks. I watched it again, I think last year. It's not a great movie. Some I think it would fall in your brain buffering category,
For
Adrian.
sure. Absolutely.
But I love Norm. I think I watched it, after he, thinking of him after he had passed away, and he's great. And I think in my Letterboxd review, I say something like, "This movie is just like Norm. You either get it or you don't." Because I could see how people be like, "What the fuck is this movie?" You know what I mean? Artie Lang is in it also. If you want an easy brain off Jackass style movie, I'd recommend Dirty Work. Now, let's draw some stock. So everybody's on the board.
I'm dead.
It's gonna be. I didn't really think about this until this exact moment. It's gonna be interesting how to draft
Wow.
here, but
Yeah.
there's some good strategy. I think there's some good strategy with some of the folks here. Okay, going first. David, Erica's back. Going first.
Yeah.
Going
Fun.
second. That would be me. Going second, and Adrian, you're third. All right, Erica, who you drafting from Jackass?
Oh my gosh, this was sprung on me, you guys. Sprung on me.
You can go, a lot of different routes here.
Yeah.
It's wide
Okay,
open.
wait.
It's like picking paint. I think that's the problem.
Wait. Sorry, I need to claim some stock here. I just realized I've drafted this person that is in Jackass because I was like, oh, I'll take him. But then I saw I already took Paul Walter Hauser makes an appearance
He
in
does.
that
Yeah.
in that Zach Crane bit that they do. So stop going even up, even.
No, you know
You
what?
give it an even.
I think we should yeah, thank you.
That's
We
what I
should have a
said.
new rule depending on how many if you're
Well,
doing that to
2
your
thumbs
own
up.
film of your own person.
Then is your stock
I'll
going
do
up
it.
or is it?
You guys helped my stock go up. 2 thumbs up. Appreciate it.
No,
Erica, who are you drafting?
gonna hard pass that. I don't know whatsoever. I think I'm just gonna draft this person because like I said, I've loved them for a very, very, very long time. I'm just gonna draft Wee Man.
Nice.
Jason
I
Acuna.
yeah, um, love him. He was always my favorite. Um, it always cracked me up when he would hop out of the back of a trunk dressed
Right.
as a baby. Like,
Right.
I loved that he used his dwarfism to just do the absolute funniest shit ever, like, no questions asked. Um, love him. Love, love, love.
I love, and they revisit that bit where like he goes out with a girl on a date, and like another little person comes in, is like, "What the fuck?" And then like the police come, and they're little people. Like that is straight Three Stooges. Like that.
Yeah.
That whole bit is great. Okay, guys, I'm excited for this pick. I had to double check that we haven't taken this person. I will admit they've been in the game for some time. They are on the credits here. But I think he's gonna keep acting until he dies, and I just want to make sure this is who I want. Yeah, I'm
Brad
drafting
Pitt.
Brad Pitt. That's correct. I'm gonna take Brad Pitt. Honestly, it's a tough beat because it sounds like he's not a great
What an
dad.
interesting choice of words to use for Brad Pitt.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it sounds like he's not the greatest dad,
A
maybe
child
even
beater.
person. Is that what the
Is that
accusations
what's
are?
going on?
I don't know the
Adrian Peterson?
specifics.
When his children come out and say, "Yes, my dad beat me when he was a raging alcoholic," you kinda tend to
Well,
believe him.
I'd like to think that's brought the stock
Mm.
down, so it can only go up. But I mean, you can't deny if we're talking about the craft itself, and no, that doesn't excuse one's behavior. But he's got a lot of classic movies, and I think he's still got some miles in it to make some more good films. So let's see, Adrian, who are you taking?
So I guess it's kind of a toss-up between Jeff Tremaine or Johnny Knoxville because they're the ones that
Adrian,
are really gonna be.
I'll throw you some bail for a great pick, which I probably should
Okay.
have taken. But you got Spike Jones there. I don't know if you're
I know,
familiar with
I was close
I
to
don't know
taking
if I did.
him.
dude. Spike Jones is
Jonze.
Spike Jones, correct. As a director, he has 42 credits. He directed Her, Being John Malkovich's adaptation, Where the Wild Things Are, Beastie Boys story. He acts in a lot of different things. He's been in The Wolf of Wall Street, Babylon, Moneyball. Speaking of Brad Pitt, I think Spike Jones, I kind of regret not taking, and I'm not going to pull the hey, I changed my pick. But I think that I'll listen. Give
We
me an
weren't
olive
gonna let
branch.
you anyway.
Yeah,
I
we
know.
wouldn't have let you. But no, I think I'm gonna go Jeff Tremaine.
Wow. All
He's still
right.
gonna do more of this. He's directed so much, and he's grown a lot from it. He learned so much that I think they are trying to pass the torch and try to keep some of this going, like maybe like a spin-off similar to like Wild Boys, but using that Rachel girl, Zach Holmes. So I think Jeff Tremaine would keep going. So I'm gonna go that route. Take the director.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Thank you guys for listening. You can catch all of our Seen This episodes at seenthispod.com. Follow us on our socials, Seen This Pod. As I mentioned, this is the end of season 2. This is the last episode. Thank all of you guys that have joined us from the beginning or along the way. And if you're new here, welcome. Please like, comment, subscribe, be a part of the tribe. Very excited for season 3. We have so much going on. Like I said,
Pick number
3.
3,
Free my lord. Free my lord.
And we also will have our bingo card that includes Shrek. I think that counts. I think that counts as a reference. So a lot of exciting stuff coming here for season 3. Want you to be a part of it, so please do join us. Adrian and Erica, appreciate your dedication to the pod. To be honest, there were some times I was wondering if we'd make it past a dozen episodes, and here we are. Number 100 will kick off season 3. Yeah. But until then, stay safe. Peace. Just some really quick stats before we sign off. This is our 75th main review, because in season 1, our drafts, our anniversaries, our foreign film Fridays, those were all considered bonus episodes, and those we have 24 of.
To
So
this
in
one.
total, 99 episodes. And then we had 2 of my Sacred Screen at Screens and Stages episodes, which we did 2110 Theater and Movie Madness, which is separate. Anything I do like solo, I don't count as our episodes. So check those out if you haven't yet. A lot of fun there. And we also had an emergency ICE raids episode where ICE was kidnapping people, or at least the very beginning of that, in LA. And I just had to get my 2 cents out there, and it's still happening. Don't be fooled. Stay vigilant. And interviews. I've done 31 interviews, folks. Very humbled and thankful for those folks that have joined me, the publicists that have helped make it happen and sent across screeners, some of which we've kind of combined into episodes where we talk about the movie and then have interviews. So much of all that and more coming in season 3.